Yo, what's up, everybody? So we're back. So just got home. So let's conclude on this story for this part, okay? So a lot was being said to different people that I know. Yeah, like I've just listed a couple of other names. Yeah, and they started looking at me different. They're like, "This ninja is a strange fellow." Yeah. And then also, most of the time when normally you find there's a fall off between a lady and a guy, most guys don't talk, and these are the things that are making the suicide rates for men higher, because men, they always just keep quiet. They'll be told about, you'll see. So normally people see the reaction, they normally don't find out the beginning, why, then nini. People always see what happened. You see, for example, if a lady goes out today and cries and says this happened, the man is the one who will be prosecuted. So like my case, she went, paid people, did whatever, said a story on her side, and I kept quiet, and a lot of people said a lot of things about me. And I'm not even doing this video at it to justify, ama due to seek for pity. No, mi sitaki advice, sitaki hata huruma, yangu ilinifunza. And the purpose for this video is just for the other men to learn, okay, and also the other ladies who are listening, and for the men to know, Obinna did this mistake, let me not do this. It's for them to learn from my mistake, and they can get to do better, so that we avoid similar occurrences in the society. Because if it was any other man who wasn't as strong as I was, they couldn't have managed to go through it. Because remember, this was happening, and I would still show up every Monday, and I will do this show, and I will do many other things that I'm doing, and I will still be inspirational and positive, and I'm just like, this is one under the bridge. And I would see the way it's being set, and whatever money is being paid where, for me to be nyang'anywa at what, for me to be painted as what, to be mentioned as what, and I would just be like, yeah, and I would just look at it. Do you know, it go to the extent of, even apart from telling all these people, do you know Aliana Maka Kambia Maka Mike Sonko? Yeah. And Sonko called me, and Sonko was like, yo, Ebu return this car here and whatever. And nimesikia story, what's happening? And I told Sonko, even Jago was there, and I told Sonko the whole story. Nikambia, hey, this and this and this is what's happening, because alikuwa ameenda kwa Sonko so that waende NTSA, so that gari sijui changiwe sijui from which sijui irudishiwe, akasema tumemwibia gari. Like, it's complicated. And when Sonko called me, I told him the truth, and I sent him a couple of screenshots of the evidence, and whatever. Sonko akaona, in story of fala, nakalenga yo story. So like, it was to that extent. Yeah, it was that bad. Hata lawyer wake alikuwa na kamivi sometimes, anatumia hizo masamon zake na ma demand zake, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, this ninja has not been told the truth. I'm sure right now he feels very stupid. The way alikuwa amekazana, and then ni kama lawyer wake alikuwa na personal vendetta, and he's a dude, by the way, na ni dude mwenye amekuwa kwa industry yetu, alikuwa na date some person in the industry. So ni kama, it's like he had a personal vendetta against me, because the way he was coming with the story, I was like, you don't even know the story. You see, the guy kept on calling me and threatening me with this, oh, whatever. And I was just looking at everything. I was like, yeah. So it takes a very strong mind and a strong soul. But provided you're pure, there's a way God just fights your battles for you. Like, now I'm in a good place. This story ni story ya kitambo. Hata we are not even gonna talk about it. Nilikuwa nisha move on. Baka Kitonga kapiga simu kusema pia ametandikwa, and I was like, umetandikwa aje na wewe ndio ulikuwa foot soldier? Si wewe ndio ulikuwa nini? Kumbe the dog was not fed. That is what has brought this story. And when you see other people saying, oh, don't talk about it, that is what is hurting men. That is what is hurting your husband. That is what is hurting your son, your boyfriend, your dad, your uncles, your grandfather. That is what is making them die young. Because they're told, kanyagia, suppress. How long will you suppress? When you talk about it, you let it go, it moves and everything. And by the way, I'm not doing this video to chomea anybody, I'm not to malign anybody, no. Trust me, I have all the evidences, I can back up everything. I have, hizo nilipeleka huko DCI, my friend. Yeah, zilikuwa zimesonga. And speaking of which, let me show you my gallery. So the boy, the son, he's a very good guy. Still love him to death until now. He's still on my wall of fame here. And hata nifiche uso tu yake. Yeah. So that's the boy. You see, so upper, that's the other boy. That's the girl. Let me see if I can feature this one. Could you become like this? So this one was us boys over there. Yeah. How ni sisi hapo. Yeah. So in the wall of fame, how do you go up? Because the boy didn't do anything bad and everything. And even the mother, me already forgave and I moved on. I was like, hii mambo, Mungu atanipigania. And by the way, I've realized one thing. Normally, nimefanya tu kuandika kwa M-Pesa benye nilimtransactia do one day nilimtumia 500,000 date 2 mwezi wa 10 2024 in the background. Imeisha. Yeah, so normally I've realized one thing. Most people who do me dirty, there's a way Mungu ananipiganianga tu. I don't know, and it has not started today. It started since I was a boy, all through. Msichana coming ananifanya vibaya, then I always just look, you pray about it, you walk away, you focus on other things, you don't pay negativity with negativity, and somehow life inarudingi tu na inafanya tu kitu tu. Nearly everybody was done me dirty. It's a very strange thing, but it always just happens with me. And here we are. And a lot of people, oh, by the way, I have a couple of DMs, people telling me due to expose nini. No, guys, that's not what I do. Yeah, I don't do expose. After ni toa mati master, simwajua hao wanafanya hizo vitu zao. Yeah. Because hata mkinimezo my evidence nianza kusema huyu pia amesema, no, that's not my job, that's not what I'm about. Me, I was just sharing my story of how I was manipulated, how I was used, how I was abused, and everything that happened, and the lessons I picked along the way so that the other people cannot fall through those mistakes. It's not about expose. All right. So that's the much you have for now. I think later I might tell you the interesting story of how we met. Yeah, how the whole thing ended up all together. It was very weird. I still don't understand it until today. Yeah, so if I've been a good vibe, maybe later in the night, I will share how we met. Yeah, that was very strange. Okay.